you can know all about the subtle side, the chakras and everything, without paying anything, without any effort. There are people now in England, you will be surprised, so many of them are excellent Sahajogis, who are experts. And they will tell you all about it very clearly. We have got books to explain. As you see, there are 7 chakras are shown here. The lowermost is the Mooladhara chakra, is the innocence.
The bottom one, can you see it with the eyes? Outside the body, can you see it with your eyes?
If you see something, then you are not that. If you see something, then you are not that. People have seen it because they were not that. Because they moved on the sides, on the sympathetic nervous system, what we call the Ida and Pingla. When you go on the sympathetic nervous system, you can see it from outside. Like this building, you can see from outside. But when you are in it, you don't see it. You see only the inside. So that's what it is. When you ascend, you do not see anything. You become. You get the powers. People have seen it, no doubt. But that one should not ask for. I can see the glass. Better to drink the water. Now what else?
What do you do with all your wealth?
What is it?
What do you do with all your wealth? All your money?
What is it?
What do you do with all your money?
My money. Are you from the bank? What I do with my money? What do you want me to do? What sort of a question is this? Ask a simple, straightforward question, madam. I don't understand. What do I do with my money? I don't do anything with it. Actually, my husband manages his money. I ask him whatever I like. Of course, he earns a lot, no doubt. He earns very much. I sometimes tell him I'm ashamed the way they give you money because he doesn't even pay any tax, Of course, I do spend some money on Sahaja Yoga. I must confess I have to sometimes. What to do? One has to. And these people have their own ashrams where they stay and look after it. For this hall, they must have collected some money. I don't know. I don't know what do they do with their money. I don't know. I have no idea. I've never seen that. They are honest people. They all know all about it. I don't know anything. I have nothing to do with it. This is the aggressiveness. What do I do with my money? Just look at this. Yes, sir. Come and tell me what is it about. Just it's all right. He'll tell me. Sit down. Sometimes I don't hear certain things, all right? What does he say? Huh? Who? He has got mental illness.
He has now. He wants to know if he'll have it after he dies.
He dies.
After he dies, will it still be there?
Will it be there? No. Just now you can cure it. Why to think of death? You can be cured of your mental illness, at least minimum. That could be done. What do you say?
How can you tell that it's self-realization? You feel a breeze, but how does it become?
You see, when you feel the cool breeze is the beginning of it, all right? Now you have to see what this cool breeze is, all right? Now if you go to a college of science or a college of medicine, what you have to do is to see what it is, isn't it? And to see whatever it says, does it prove? Now, when you see the cool breeze in your hand, what happens that it is, as I said, is the compassion of God. Say, for example, you just believe in the hypothesis just now. Now, what is this compassion doing? Is made you a computer. On the fingertips, you can tell what centers are catching of yours and of others. So you become the diagnosis. Now, if you know a little few gestures by which you can handle this power, you can cure them. That's the minimum. Alright? You can know from this whether you have mental problem, or you have emotional problem, or you have physical problem, and of what nature. This is how is the self-knowledge starts. From the very basics. What's your problem with it? First let us see the problem on the centers. Alright? Then you move forward when you go with it. Then you understand what's the problem with others. Then what's the problem in the collective? Then what's the problem of this country? And if you know how to solve them sitting down here, you can do it. You can solve it. But this is the breeze which has to be felt first, because this is the breeze which we call as the all-pervading power of God. Now, just because I say you should not believe me, because blind faith is of no use. But you can experiment and see for yourself. Even little children know. They can tell you what is catching in you, what chakras are catching. You can have 10 children, fold their eyes, put them before a gentleman. Immediately they'll raise this finger or this finger. Supposing they raise this finger, means this person feels terribly guilty. He must be a Catholic that he feels so guilty. That the children won't say, but you will know that this is the chakra is caught up here because he's feeling guilty. Like that, you can go on finding on your own being, like a laboratory. The whole thing becomes like a computer. Because it is knowledge. Knowledge through your central nervous system, through your evolutionary process. But you have to practice and understand what it is. If I give you a car, how will you know it moves? Unless until you get into it and know how to drive it, isn't it? You have to give some time, not much. But you enjoy. The best part of it, you enjoy doing the whole thing. It just flows automatically. You don't have to do anything about it. One has to learn little bit what it is. Before realization, you don't have to do anything. It just runs spontaneously as the seed is sown in the Mother Earth. Alright? Then when it comes out, then you have to look after. In the same way, you have to look after your realization, respect it. Then you become the masters. We have one master standing here, and we have so many. They are just like you to look at, but they know so much. And they are so humble. They don't go about with a big plate on their heads. I am the master of this and master of that. Nothing. They are doing all their jobs. They are doing very well. They are blessed. And also they are helping people to get their realization. You'll be surprised in Sahaja Yoga, very difficult to get an unemployed person. All of them are employed. If they are unemployed, they get employment with God also. Basically, they are employed by God. All right?
The only way to get realization.
Yes, of course. There cannot be another. God could not make 1001, could he? That would be too much of a headache. Like as you sprout the seed, how do you do it? Spontaneous. Sahaja Yoga means spontaneous. Living process is always spontaneous. Now supposing we want to sprout a seed and we take out the primule, push it out and push it inside the Mother Earth, will it sprout? No. You have to take advantage of the powers of the Mother Earth to sprout a seed, isn't it? What? What's it? There are many?
Saying she's not come across Sahaja Yoga in the religions, where there are many religions.
In the religions, there's no. Religions are no religions, that's the trouble is. I have told you all this just now, that there is nothing, they will never mention that is sensible. But it's not so. I would say Sikhism, we can say, is the latest religion. I mean, there are so many verses about it. Much later than Islam, Sikhism came on this earth, and they have said that complete description. Now you don't understand Hindi, otherwise I would have told you. Ida, Pingala, Sushumna, everything they have described Kabira has described it at such length that we have in India a great poet, Ganeshwara, and he has described all about Kundalini. If you go in Maharashtra and tell them that somebody is going to awaken the Kundalini, they'll all rush. They know all about it. How many years did Christ live? How many times he could talk to people? How many of them accepted him? And how many of them understood him? He went to a wrong place, I tell you. All were deaf, dumb, and brainless. How will they understand? How could he talk about Kundalini when everybody was after his life? But he did talk of Holy Ghost. He talked of the Comforter he was going to send. He talked of so many things. In that short time, do you know, for 4 years, I was struggling with 7 hippies in London. For 4 years. I must say it's very creditable for him in 3.5 years to talk so much. How many years Blake had to work hard to talk to you? Is it easy to talk to people about truth? Very difficult. Everybody is extremely intelligent and wise. Nobody wants to listen to anything, do they? But in India, we have a tradition. We know it, that you have to ascend. The whole thing works out that way. If they talk of Kundalini, not in the north so much, but in Maharashtra, if you go in the south, you'll be amazed. 6,000 people, 7,000 people come in a village. They have seen it. These people have seen it. They come in bullock carts. They come in any way that is possible for them, buses and trains, and they walk miles together when they hear I'm there. Once I was coming from a program in the night, and suddenly I found lots of people lying on the road. I said, "Who are these people?" He said, "Mother, we couldn't reach to your program. We were late. You give us realization here." I said, "All right, have it." They had it. They are the ones who will get much faster than anyone else. I know. That's why I don't mind spending some time here. Once I go there, you will see the whole country would be ablaze. I'm not telling you lies. You ask the people who have been there. They are very different type of people. To them, most important is their spirit. If you tell them the way we talk about Christ here so disrespectfully, without understanding, they are shocked. Any Indian who is a Christian or a Muslim or a Hindu doesn't treat the way you treat Bible. The respect they have has come to them traditionally. Of course, you don't judge Indians by the Indians who have come here. They like your company. They are this type. They are materialistic. They want to have money. They have come here to earn money. But the people who are in India, in the villages, not in the cities, are still seeking God. They are very simple people, humble people. Traditionally, we have known for thousands of years. I talk of Markandeya, who was there 12,000 years back, who incarnated here as William Blake. 12,000 years back he said the same thing which he said in England after 12,000 years, because that time I don't know what was here. Maybe only jungles, I think. And that is also waste. Isn't it? Tell me, isn't it? How much could Christ talk about Kundalini? He talked of Holy Ghost. But why stick on to that? Now I have come to talk to you. Better take your realization. When he came, they talked of Moses. When Moses came, they talked of Abraham. What about the present? I am with you. Why not have your realization? All religions were built for this day, that you get your realization, to give you the balance, to give you that property by which you are sent. Like when we have an aeroplane, we fix it up properly. In the same way they wanted to fix you up. But religions went astray, they made people crooked. The things they fixed, wrong bolts into wrong places, the whole aeroplane is in a tattered condition. If it flies, it will all fall down. Better give up all those ideas. But Kundalini is such a great force. It's such a great force. It comforts you. It cures you. It builds up all your centers and slowly it moves upward. And when you get realization also, it goes back. Attends to all these problems that you have. Is such a mother she is. Any other question, please? Can you raise your hand? I can't see. What is it?
Mataji.
Huh?
Why are you to be known as Mataji?
Why are you?
To be known as Sri Mataji.
I didn't follow.
Nor did I.
Why did you?
Why are you to be known as Mataji?
Ashri Mataji.
Hmm.
That's the title they gave me. What can I do in India? You have to be an Indian to understand that. There are certain things described about Sri Mataji. If you have read any books of Adi Shankaracharya or of Markandeya himself, then you will know. And the qualities described there of such a person, if they find it in someone, they call that person by that name, isn't it? Like Gandhiji was called as Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma means a bigger spirit than others, because he had that. He didn't care for himself, for his own family, for him, everything for his own, but he thought of the whole country. That's why he was called Mahatma. Now, but I didn't call myself. If others want to call, I think it's all right. I have no objection. You can call anything. Whatever you see, you can call that. By calling that, what is your objection? Can I ask you this question? Beg pardon? No objection? All right, this is all right. You see, there's no objection, then it's all right. If you understand that, must be some reason also. Beg pardon?
You have some divine power.
That you better find out. I am not going to be tactless on that. Christ said what was the truth, that he was the Son of God. All right? But they crucified him. I don't want to get crucified so soon.
The definition of mother in our Indian culture, as we have derived from the Sanskrit word, Janani Janma Bhumishya Sargada Vidare.
But the one who is an Englishman, who is an Indian, an Englishman, पर उसको कौन बात करेगा? You see, it is for an Indian to understand it better. नहीं, पर बात ये है ना कि इन लोग को समझता कहाँ है, और फिर हिंदुस्तान से आए हुए हैं लोग, उनके और भी अकल खराब है, उनका ईगो चैलेंज हो जाता है, उनको समझता नहीं इन लोग का दिमाग कैसा चलता है। पर हिंदुस्तानियों को समझना चाहिए कम से कम। हिंदुस्तानियों को उनकी परंपराएं भूल गई। I'm sorry, I'm speaking in Hindi because I have to little bit chastise the Indians here. I hope you don't mind. किस परंपराओं से आए हैं, क्या चीज़ है, कोई कुछ नहीं जानता। यहाँ के सब साहब होके बैठ गए, और इसीलिए हमारी इज्जत नहीं यहाँ, क्योंकि हम कॉपी कैट्स हैं यहाँ पर आकर के। इनसे क्या सीखने का हमको, क्या लेके आए हैं और कहाँ जा रहे हैं, ये सोचिए। इसीलिए हमारी कोई पूछ नहीं है यहाँ पर, इसीलिए हम लोग ऐसे सताए जाते हैं। कोई हमारे अंदर अपनी इज्जत नहीं रह गई। अधिकतर तो यही होता है कि हिंदुस्तानी आते हैं कुछ कुछ, सामने के रो में बैठेंगे और आधे में उठ के चले जाए, बदतमीजी। हिंदुस्तान में आप देखिए हजारों आदमी प्रोग्राम में आएंगे, एक आदमी हिलेगा नहीं, इतनी श्रद्धा है वहाँ। यहाँ एक तो हिंदुस्तान से आप आए हैं, जैसे कोई आम का पेड़ यहाँ के लगाइए तो उसमें एप्पल भी नहीं होने वाला, वो हालत है आपकी। कम से कम अपना आमपना याद रखिए। Now, what is another question, please? Yes, please.
She's asking, Mother, if you can cure physical ailments.
Huh?
Can you cure physical ailment? I mean, the answer is yes. That comes from self-realization, no question. Sri Mataji, with your permission, I think the majority of people have come for the experience and are anxious to have. I may be mistaken, but I think most people would like
But
to stop the
sometimes,
questions.
those who want to ask, let them ask, otherwise the brain will again put out a question. Now, madam, what is it? I can't just hear.
She's asking you, Mother, what life was like for you as a child.
As a child. I mean, that's another story. You come and see me, I'll tell you all about it. Why do you want to know about my past and future? Let us at the present time, you get your realization. Makes no difference what I was as a child or what I was as an old woman.
Have you an opinion about the growth of interest in spiritualism in England?
Was it?
She's asking if you have an opinion about the growth of interest in spirituality in England.
What spirituality?
Spiritualism or spirituality?
Oh, that's very dangerous. That's the witchcraft revived. Very, very dangerous. Yeah, it's very dangerous. Never go near that. All this parapsychology and all those things. We have described all these things in our book. You can have a look at it. It's a very comprehensive thing, Sahaja Yoga is. It's the witchcraft. You may call it spirituality because the spirit can be also a dead soul, as I told you in English language. There is no ism about God. It's infinite. Isms are all finite things. Any-
I once won a prize in English when I was only 17 years of age. And I don't know what made me say, get me a book on Blake.
What's she saying?
At that age, I was almost innocent, dying at 5 today.
When you come here and tell me, I just can't hear. You just come.
After a very, very talk, I can't even hear.
She's praising your lecture, Mother, and saying that now, after many
I'm
years,
very
she'll
happy.
go back to read Blake
I'm
again.
very happy that you say that, madam. It's really such a great poet. But you'll be surprised in India. None of them brought Blake. We never read Blake there. Never. You see, we studied English language, we studied Shakespeare, we studied so many things, but never they mentioned Blake. I don't know why. In the whole education system of India, they never mentioned Blake. That's very nice. Such books you must read. Such books you must read.
How do you respect the mother in Indian verses by Guru? Akhandanandamo Ojayam Shishra Santapaharini Satchidananda Rupayam Tattvai Sri Gurave Namah Na Guroratikam Tattvam Na Guroratikam Tapam Tattvam Jnanat Param Nasti Tattvai Sri Gurave Namah. Now speak regarding Guru for few words. I will listen.
You see, there's a Sanskrit scholar here. But the greatest guru is the mother. Don't you think so? The mother is the guru of the gurus. But it's very difficult because guru is a hard stuff, you see. A mother has to be very soft, kind, gentle to manage the show. But the guru can be very hard, and they are very hard people. But mother as a guru is a difficult task. It's very enjoyable.
Can you show the meaning of Guru?
Now I have given at least 11 lectures on Guru Tattva. Alright? So you can take tapes from them, you can read it, and you will enjoy it. Here the Guru Tattva is expressed in the void there, where the 10 Gurus actually incarnated basically and they reincarnated. Say we can start from Adinath, then we can come to other ones like Nanaka, Janaka. Janaka was much earlier. Then we can say Abraham, Moses. All these were Guru Tattva, Socrates. All these were Guru Tattva people, the people who came as prophets, the ones who came on this earth to teach us balance, to teach us the code of life. That was also an important part. But that was for what? Why? Why the code? Why the religion? Religion is for the ascent, to build you up.
So master is Tattva only.
Tattvamasi. That's what is the tattva there. Tattva is there. Tattva is nothing but your kundalini is your tattva, is the principle.
In Parvati Shakti, it is also in the Quran, it is written. Jagdamba Parvati.
Beg pardon?
Parvati Shiva, Shiva Parvati, Jagdamba. She is also for Kundalini.
Of course.
Quran, Krishna Quran is written.
Yes, yes, it is all over. Same thing. I am just giving you the gist of it. What she say?
She's asking Mother, who was Mother Durga?
Huh?
She's asking about who was Mother Durga.
Very direct question. I told you I am very tactful. I am not going to confess anything. You better find out. It's better to find out. It's nice, isn't it? To find out yourself. What she said?
Explain, Mother, the program is that tonight will be the experience of it, realization. And we have another program on Saturday evening here in the same place, which will be for this knowledge part. After realization, the knowledge makes more sense. So it's better to get the experience.
But
and
our
settle down with
experience
it.
is very funny. I must tell you that for my program, even if there may be 1,000 people for getting realization, after that they just get lost, never grow. That's only more in England. They just don't, they get lost. I think they must be going to the pub after that. I can't explain why it happened, but they just get lost. They don't want to know anything anymore. I don't know why. I cannot explain. I mean, there's something I cannot explain. All right, let's have it now. So now, if we are all settled down, it's very simple. Sahaj also means simple. Sahaj. Saha means with, Ja means born. Is born with you. This right to get this union, this yoga, is born with you. Is within you. And is the living process of the living God. So it is spontaneous. Everything that is living is spontaneous. And should happen to all of you. No doubt about it. You don't have to do anything, as I said, but you have to receive the power within yourself to invite the Kundalini to rise. Now, first thing I have to request, I hope, which is not too much of it, that we have to take out our shoes to touch the Mother Earth. It's very important. Because the Mother Earth is the one which sucks in for a while. I don't know. Is there a carpet there? Just be in a mood of reception and also of well-being, in a happy mood, because this is the greatest moment of our lives. Now, as I said, that these fingers, here 5, 6 and 7, on the same way, this way, represent the two sides of the chakras within us, the sympathetic sides. So we have to put our hands like this, just like this, simple as that. And sit not cross-legged, but putting both the feet with respect towards the Mother Earth in parallel to each other. Now maybe some of you must have started feeling the cool breeze, I don't know, might have. Because today's lecture was rather too terrific and William Blake must have worked it out, I'm sure. But otherwise, it's very simple. Now we have to do is to ourselves awaken our own Kundalini, which is very simple, which I will tell you. In the heart resides the spirit. So first we'll have to put our hand to our heart. I will tell you one by one. And then in the upper part of your stomach, where the Guru Tattva is there, the principle of Guru is there. Then in the lower part of the abdomen, where it is the divine, or we can say the pure knowledge that exists and which works. This is the center through which the pure knowledge, the pure technique works. Then we take this hand again back, same way, up to this point where it is here. As I said here, when we are guilty, we catch this chakra. Now here works our self-confidence, our faith in God that He forgives us. Then we put our hand on top of our head. This is the Agya chakra, which is very important. Here we forgive everyone. Then at the back of the Agya chakra again, where we have to say that if we have done any mistake, oh God, forgive us. These are the two sides of the Agya chakra. And then you put your hand, stretch it, put this part on the fontanelle bone area, the soft bone which was on top of our head, and press it hard and move it hard for a while. That's all one has to do. I'll tell you one by one. First and foremost thing is we have to close our eyes, because our eyes take out our attention. But attention will be sucked inside our body, in the sense it will go through just like this cloth. It is spread out, but a Kundalini rises, she sucks it in and then pierces through this attention, enlightening all of that. It's a happening that takes place without any trouble whatsoever. As a result of that, what you get is the cool breeze coming out of your head. You can also feel the cool breeze in your fingertips, then later on in your hands, and you get that shine on your skin. Christ has said, the face that does not shine cannot become the star. And then you get that glint of shine of the Spirit in your eyes. That's all. Is not the point. It's much, 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 much more. But just a wee bit that we have to today testify, and later on to find out, have we got realization? All right, then can we work it out? Can we do this? Because we have to play our role now as a spiritual being. That's the point one has to understand. So now, have respect for yourself, first of all. And not to feel guilty at all. You are the temple of God. Really believe me, you are made that way. Only the light is to be kindled. And that is in your heart. When the Kundalini rises, she's something like an energy that does that. Because when she pierces through, this is the place where the God Almighty resides, who is reflected in our heart as the Spirit and the all-pervading power, which is the primordial Mother, the Holy Ghost, these vibrations that you feel, the power of God, the love of God, which is represented within us as the Kundalini, rises and unites us, our attention to the Divine. The Spirit enlightens the attention and by that enlightenment, you know on your fingertips, on your central nervous system, through your new collective consciousness about yourself and about others. Through Sahaja Yoga, you know how to cure, improve, and through this happening, through the spirit, you enjoy. Because spirit, the nature of spirit is Satchidanand, means it is the truth, it becomes the attention, and it is the source of joy. Without getting realization, you can be happy and unhappy, but you cannot be joy, which has no dualism. You become the source of joy. Such a person, when he meets someone, he sees someone, looks at someone, just a kataksh is sufficient to raise the kundalini. Just a glance is sufficient to cure that person. Just a thought can give comfort to the other person. Miracles after miracles, so many miracles that, as Sahaja Yogis say, miracle has lost its meaning, Mother, in Sahaja Yoga. That's true. So miracles of miracles, and every moment you feel that God is looking after. When this great volcano exploded in Mexico, a miracle happened, they say, that the children were saved. The wrath, no, this was not in Mexico, but later on, more in Colombia, because Colombia is sending all kinds of these horrible things all over the world, making money out of it. The wrath of the Mother Earth poured that mud, and the people were drowned, but the children survived. Their heads were above the mud, the body inside the mud. The same Mother Earth looked after them because they should not be burned, so she covered them with the mud. Why? Because of the innocence in them. Those who have even the slightest innocence in them will become realized souls. No doubt about it. Slightest. A very wee bit. All the seekers are a special category of people, and they have to become realized souls. So forget about the past, forget whatever you have done in your seeking, whatever you are told, whatever you are branded with, just forget it. And forgive yourself once for all. I am telling you all this because this is one of the biggest problems of the West, that everybody sits around with a bad, horrible trouble here. And so sometimes I feel it so much that I can't even hear people. It's terrible. This portion is so bad here. So I have to request you that please forgive yourself. You are the glory of God. Without you, God has no meaning also. It is He who is anxious, much more than you are, to give you realization. Just help Him out a little. All right, let us see. So we put both the hands like this, close our eyes. Now, you have to keep the left hand all the time towards me, because it's the desire expressed through it, is the power of desire in the left hand, which expresses that you want to have realization. The right hand is the power of action, so you move your right hand. But don't open your eyes, you have to keep your eyes all the time shut. Just the opposite of mesmerism, as you can see. Can you put off a little of these lights? It's too much of it. Now, please close your eyes. Now put your right hand on your heart. Now here, you have to say or ask me a question. Mother, am I the spirit? You may call me Shri Mataji or Mother, whatever suits you. Mother, am I the spirit? Is a fundamental question. And if you are a computer, it will answer. Mother, am I the spirit? Ask the question 3 times, please. Put your left hand properly. Please close your eyes. Everybody should do it, please. It's uncivil not to close your eyes. Please close your eyes. because other may feel self-conscious. So please close your eyes to be courteous. Now you have to take down your right hand on the upper part of your stomach. On the left hand side. We are working only on the left hand side. Here is the principle of the master. If you are the spirit, automatically you have to ask the second question. Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own guru? Please ask this question. You have to ask this question 3 times again. Without fear, with all confidence, you ask this question. You are the spirit, you are your master. Now move your right hand on the lower part of your abdomen. On the left hand side, lower part of your abdomen on the left hand side. This is the center of the divine work, of the divine knowledge, or the pure knowledge of the technique of divine manifestation. At this point, I cannot force you to do anything. As I told you, you have to be free. I can only request you. And here I say that you have to ask for the divine knowledge. You have to ask for the pure knowledge. And when you ask for it, the Kundalini will start moving. Here, with sincere heart, in a humble way, you have to say, Mother, may I have the pure knowledge? Mother, may I have the divine technique? Ask this question 6 times because this center has got 6 petals. Now to make the way easy for Kundalini, we go along the same centers upwards. So you put your right hand on the upper part of your abdomen. To make it easy for the Kundalini to rise, you have to open the center by asserting, by saying, Mother, I am my own master. By saying, Mother, I am my own master. Ten times, because there are 10 petals, 10 Sadgurus, basically, who incarnate, 10 types of prophets, the masters. Now raise your right hand on your heart. Press it with the same confidence. You have to say 12 times, Mother, I am the Spirit. I am the Spirit. I am the Spirit. Just assert. That's a fact. That's the truth. Press it with your fingers. Now, 12 times. Have full confidence in you. Believe me, you are the spirit. You have to just become, in the sense it has to come in your attention, onto your central nervous system. Now raise the right hand on the left hand side of your neck, in the corner where the neck and the shoulder meet. Press it hard, take it backwards, press it hard. This is the most difficult center in the West, as I told you, that we feel guilty all the time. But as I have told you, God is the ocean of love, ocean of compassion. But above all, He is the ocean of forgiveness. He is the ocean of forgiveness. When He is the ocean of forgiveness, what guilt can we have that He cannot wash away or dissolve it? So just you have to say 16 times, because there are 16 petals, to say 16 times with full belief in yourself, Mother, I am not guilty. Mother, I am not guilty. Mother, I am not guilty. 16 times will you please say that? Sri Mataji, I am not guilty. If you still feel you are guilty and you can't forgive yourself, better say to punish yourself 108 times, if that pleases you. When you forgive yourself, you have to forgive others. And so, the greatest message of Christ, that we have to forgive others. You have to put your hand to the center, which is the adornment, or we should say, which adorns Christ. On the Agya Chakra, on your forehead, please put your right hand across. Press it hard. And here, you have to say with full belief in yourself and in your powers that Sri Mataji, I forgive everyone. Some may say that's very difficult. What do we do when we forgive or not forgive? No logic in it. But when we say that, then we are out of the clutches of other people. So please say, Sri Mataji, I forgive everyone. Now say it with your whole heart. How many times is not the point. Please say it with your whole heart. Now you move your hand backwards onto the back side of the same centers, Agya. Press it hard. Now here, you have to say once only, without feeling guilty at all, without feeling no remorse, no condemnation to God, one for your satisfaction. Oh Lord, if I have done anything wrong, please forgive me. But don't feel guilty. That's very important. Even without saying He has forgiven you. Now raise your right hand on top of your head. Stretch your palm, press it hard on the fontanelle bone area, which was a soft bone in your childhood. Press it hard, move it 7 times. Again here, I cannot force anything on you. You have to say that you want your self-realization. That Mother, please give us our realization. We want our self-realization. Please give me my self-realization. And press it hard and move it 7 times and say that. I'm sure it will work out. Now bring down your hand, slowly. And bend your head a little bit and feel with your left hand if there's a cool breeze coming out of your fontanelle bone area. Try to bend your head a little bit, and about 4 inches above the head. Bend it a little. That works out better sometimes. With your left hand, right hand towards me, and with the left hand, you see the breeze. Right hand towards me. Right hand towards me. And then with the left hand you see. You can feel it better. With the left hand on top of your head. First with the left hand. Now, put the left hand towards me and with the right hand, just see if it is blowing, because it should come in both the hands. Open your eyes. Open slowly and watch me without thinking. Let us see if you can do it. Just without thinking. Just watch me. Without thinking. There's no thought in your mind. No thought. Now, just put your hands like this. Are you feeling the cool breeze in the hand? Now, put your hands up in the air, like this. And in your heart, ask a question, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Ask the question, put it up nicely. Ask the question 3 times, is this the cool breeze of the Holy Ghost? Is this the Brahma Shakti? Is this the all-pervading power of God? Ask the question. Now put down your hands and see for yourself if you feel the cool breeze. All those who have felt cool breeze on the head, coming out of the head, or on their fingertips or in the hands, please raise your hands. Both the hands. That's Blake. You all have become Blake. May God bless you. So many. May God bless you. But I must warn you. After this, don't talk about it because it is beyond reasoning. Secondly, you must come back. Must all of you come back and work it out. Those who haven't got realization will also receive it. Those who have got it will establish. Please come back. You will enjoy the silence, the stillness within. But that's just the beginning of it. We have to go further. Otherwise, you won't be able to manifest it properly. It has to be looked after. It's just a shoot that has come out. A little shoot. We have to look after it. May God bless you all. Thank you very much. Why not sing Jerusalem? To them will be a good idea.
Mother, with your permission, the music group would like to sing one song for you. But before that, we have a little memento of this evening, which we'd like to present.
All right?
If you could bring it up,
You have
please.
all the arrangements here. All right. If you don't mind, just sit down for 5 minutes.
The Garuda take wing. Please come up. While we were preparing the program of Blake's birthday festival, Mother, we found out there was an exhibition of Blake's work in London in one of the galleries. And we very much wanted to give you something that was made by his own hands.
So